Right now, we're waiting for the bus that will take us up to the top of Kehlsteinhaus, also known as the Eagle's Nest. We parked the car just a short 3 to 4 minute walk from here, and bought our tickets at the bottom of the mountain. One little tip if you're planning to visit: when we stood in line for tickets, we noticed a small ticket counter on the side of the building. Hardly anyone was using it, and the line there was much shorter. Definitely worth checking out if you want to save some time. So with tickets in hand, all that's left is to wait for the bus that brings us up the steep mountain road to one of the most famous viewpoints in the Bavarian Alps. And there it is, the Eagle's Nest or Kehlsteinhaus. High up in the Bavarian Alps, right on the Austrian border. The views are already spectacular, but today we're not just here for the panorama. We're doing the full round tour on the top, which is actually more demanding than many people think. If you're planning to do this hike, stick with me. I'll share what it's really like. We've just started our hike around Kehlsteinhaus. At this point, the trail is still very easy and straightforward. No real challenges yet. You'll notice a lot of other visitors here, so expect the path to feel quite busy. Even though the difficulty is low, it's important to know that this section isn't very well suited for wheelchairs or people with reduced mobility. For most others, though, it's an easy walk with plenty of chances to enjoy the atmosphere. Now the trail starts to climb a little and the ground gets more rocky. After about 50 to 60 meters, you'll notice most tourists stop here. This is the highest easy point where people take their photos of the view. Just around the next bend, the path becomes noticeably more difficult. This is where many visitors decide to turn back, and it can create a bit of a bottleneck on the trail. So if you're planning to continue, just be prepared for the crowd to thin out, and the hike to get more challenging. A quick word of caution: this round trip isn't suitable for everyone. If you have problems with dizziness, balance, or certain health conditions, it's better to skip the hike. Parts of the trail are exposed, and safety should always come first. Families should also be aware that this route is not recommended for small children, as some areas have steep drops and narrow paths. For visitors in normal to good health, however, the hike is absolutely manageable. Just take your time, walk at a steady pace, and remember to pause whenever you need to. Historically, it's fascinating to think that this path leads to a building constructed as a 50th birthday gift for Adolf Hitler in 1939. Commissioned by Martin Bormann, Kehlsteinhaus was meant to impress foreign dignitaries with both its location and architecture. Yet ironically, Hitler himself rarely came here, partly due to his fear of heights and dislike of the thin mountain air. Here the path grows steeper, with uneven rocks and occasional roots. Good shoes are essential. Sandals really aren't the best idea for this kind of trail. As the crowd thins out, you start to experience a quieter side of the mountain, with breathtaking views over Berchtesgaden and the surrounding Alps. But it's impossible to walk here without thinking of the darker history. This area, Salzburg, was once Hitler's mountain retreat, with residences, bunkers, and military infrastructure. The Eagle's Nest was built not just as a gift, but as a symbol of Nazi power, a place to impress and intimidate. It's a stark contrast, the stunning beauty of the mountains set against such a grim past. Further along, the path opens up to even more spectacular viewpoints. The higher you climb, the fewer people you'll meet. Many have already turned back. This is the perfect place to stop for photos or simply take in the Alpine scenery. On a clear day, you can see deep into Austria and across the Bavarian Alps. It's worth remembering that Kehlsteinhaus itself survived the war. In 1945, Allied bombers destroyed most of the Nazi buildings around Salzburg, but the Eagle's Nest was left standing. After the war, it was eventually repurposed, and today it serves as both a restaurant and a reminder of the past. Along the trail you'll find several places where you can stop and take a break. On a clear day, it's the perfect spot to enjoy your packed lunch while taking in the Alpine views. I really recommend pacing yourself and allowing time for short rests. Not just to catch your breath, but also to fully appreciate the scenery around you. And one important reminder: please carry out all your trash and leave the place as you found it. These mountains are beautiful, and it's up to all of us to keep them that way for the next visitors. As we make our way back, the path becomes easier again, and it's a good chance to reflect on the hike. Overall, the round trip takes about an hour and a half at a steady pace, though we managed it in under an hour. My advice: wear proper footwear, bring water, and allow yourself time to enjoy the views. Not just rush through. Visiting Kehlsteinhaus is a unique experience. Part natural wonder, part living history. It's a place where breathtaking alpine scenery and a dark chapter of the 20th century meet. Whether you come for the hike, the views, or the history, it's an unforgettable stop in the Bavarian Alps. Thank you for joining us on our walk around Kehlsteinhaus. I hope this gave you a good impression of what the hike is like, and maybe even some useful tips for your own visit. Good luck when you take the trip yourself, and enjoy the experience in real life. It's truly something special.